The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors. Listeners, beware. Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown. With me as always is
F.U. Hunter. What's up, later gator bitches?
Swimming bitches.
Yeah.
Of course she was
Hurricane
a fucking
having
swimmer.
bitches.
Of course she was a swimmer. Like this movie would not have made sense unless she was a professional, athletic, competitive swimmer.
Yeah.
Because, half the scenes rely on her training her whole life as a swimmer.
And
Think about it.
holding
Think
her
about
breath longer than any other motherfucker I know
But
of.
they're swimmers. I think what they kept talking when Michael Phelps, won the Olympics and stuff. They talked about his lung capacity.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
Because look how long they're underwater.
But I'm just saying there's a scene where literally she's already held her breath for it seems like goddamn 3 minutes, and then she sees a gator and reacts, and I'm like, isn't she already out of breath? I'm like, and then she's like, I'll just wait it out. I'm like,
Fuck
that.
Yeah. All right, folks. Before we dive into this film anymore,
Dive into it.
Yeah, you like that. I would please ask you to like, share, rate, review, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff across all the socials. Again, it greatly helps out the show. One small thing for you, one giant thing for the podcast. I took it from the water to the space.
Give us the Madness Boys some some love or hate, I guess. I don't know.
Or hate. If you hate it, it's cool. Whatever.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. All right. On the chopping block tonight, we're going to be talking about 2019's film Crawl. Now, we at least on the East Coast, we're getting some swampy fucking weather, thunderstorms every fucking day. Hurricane season's around the corner.
I like to call it's Crawl's the short title of the movie. The long title is number 767 reason why I would never live in fucking Florida.
No shit.
Seriously.
Who the fuck gets a house next to an alligator farm?
Yeah.
It's in their backyard.
But I'm just saying,
dude,
it's already fucking Florida. It's already fucking Florida, dude.
It's in their backyard. Like when she comes out
I know.
through the drain pipe, that's their backyard.
Right.
Who the fuck gets it's like, I just open my back door, there's alligators just right there. Like, no.
I guess we should have put up some fences or something.
Right, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I want to get in my back door and just see a sign saying, don't fuck with the gators.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Now I did think.
And gators, and I'll be honest, going into this movie, I thought gators as in plural, as in two. Not motherfucking goddamn
Dude, there had to been
eight fucking gators at least.
At least 8, but I'm going with probably 10. Minimum.
Stop
because
letting them fuck,
we
man.
saw 5 at once chomp down on homeboy that was looting the store.
Yeah.
Remember? That was a good scene. We got the bird's eye view.
Dude.
We had the fucking ripped his head off, ripped his arms off.
This is where
it's drawn and quartered, man.
This is where you have the right director who takes what could be so fucking generic and makes this such an intense, watchable movie.
Yeah.
Because and it's little tricks like that, like you're talking about the guy in the store. They don't just show the gator get him. He literally looks in the fucking anti-theft.
Oh, in the store. Yeah, I was talking about the last one of those 3 to get killed.
Oh,
but yeah, the guy in the store, yeah.
The guy in the store, you see the way he sees it in that anti-theft
That's how
mirror.
we see him get killed, was through that fucking mirror, dude. That was
That's
awesome.
fucking genius.
That was brilliant, yeah. No, I will say that there was some very smart cinematic choices done with this film. And I got to say, this movie is just, it's so claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Even when it breaks out into the house because it's filling up with water, it's still so claustrophobic because you can't escape the water.
And there's so many okay, we did it, and then the movie just goes, go fuck yourself.
Not really.
Small victory,
really.
Big victory, no victory.
At least they didn't fuck with the dog. That would have been. I would have been like, fuck this movie. Fuck this movie.
Look, it's from the guy that did the Evil Dead remake.
Yeah.
We know what happened to the dog in that.
Yeah.
That dog kept goddamn barking right next to the steps. And I was like, fucking back away.
He kept barking right by the entrance to the fucking basement where homeboy got chomped down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What
the fuck?
And then later on he's swimming and you're like, doggy paddle's not going to save
you. They fuck with you in that scene because they give you that one scene when he's coming down the hallway and they do the bird's eye shot and they just show him moving and the camera stands still. You think that you're going to see the gator come right behind him, right?
Yeah.
But nope, it's on the other side.
Yep.
And it got daddy and gave Hunters less of the two scenes.
Oh, man.
When he bites the dad's arm and Dad's punching him.
God
Dude,
damn
the dad
it.
was like Superman punching him, too. Did you see? He's like,
fucking going at it.
And then all of a sudden, the gator just gives a little pressure, and the arm goes the way it's not supposed to. Nice
Fuck
little
you.
crunch.
Fuck you.
And you get a nice shot of
But
it.
if you are to rip an arm off, I guess it is easier to straight up fucking break that bone and
would've
then
been-
rip it off.
Dude.
I hate to encourage that scene. Oh, but that if you're a gator, that is the way you would rip an arm
And
off.
I don't care how much fucking like adrenaline you've got. Like that already had a broken leg, which we'll get into.
Fuck you again.
No, but hold on. We'll get into it. But then he gets his arm ripped off, and that dude makes it to the like first landing of the stairs, and he hasn't passed the fuck out. I'm sorry, but at a certain point, the pain is just gonna fucking. You've been walking around crawling on a busted ass leg.
Yeah.
Then your arm gets ripped off. I mean,
Something they could have gotten away with possibly is because they used flares near the end of the movie.
Yeah,
Take
you
one of
could've
those
burnt
fucking
that shit,
flares
yeah.
and just go in there because, at some point the
blood
shock,
loss and the shock and the adrenaline's gonna drop
yeah,
because you're losing blood.
because when we see him, like honestly, it's just the first two injuries and like he's knocked out fucking cold.
Oh yeah, when she first
I
finds him in
think
the
the
basement.
arm situation
He
is
would've been
worse
passed the
than
fuck out.
what happened when she found him. All right.
Yeah, he got a broken leg and he got a boo boo on his head. Like,
But I will say one of the things that impressed me about this is like, I thought we're just really going to deal with the daughter and her dad. You know, it's just going to be this kind of one place thing. And they inserted more victims in this than I thought. And just the realism with it being because of the hurricane. And it's not just the alligators.
yeah,
It's the environment.
there's
the hurricane
there's
environment.
an overlooming, villain. Like, there's a constant bad guy.
It's a bad guy team up.
Yeah.
It's a hurricane and the alligators working
Exactly.
together to fuck
There's
this
there's-
family over.
The hurricane is the reason people keep showing up because that dude that got chomped and pulled into there was the guy that she knew that dated her sister.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's close to him. She sees him dead, and then you got the three looters, and I think that's the body count.
It's the two cops and the three looters.
Oh, the two cops. That's right. So
Remember the other
there's
cop
6
is checking out
people.
the swing.
Oh, dude, that was a genius shot because you just see he's like, what the fuck? And you just see this fucking swing pulled taut and like it's just caught on something. Something's fighting it. And then he sees it snap. And then he sees the scales come up. And I mean, the way it built that scene, because you as the viewer know what the fuck that is. But as a cop, he's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
All I see is this chain moving.
It got to the point after
from
what
the
happened to the
swing.
looters that when the boat the propeller gets caught up and it gets
Oh,
out,
yeah.
and you're like, no, man,
Oh, when
no, what are you doing? But as an audience, we're like, dude,
Get the fuck back
Get the
in.
fuck back in the boat.
Yeah.
That's the only way. But he's like, oh, well, let me fix the motor, and he did it. He got the shit out of the motor. You're like, all right, guy. And then he's like, what's going on with the swing? Dude,
Got back in the boat.
just back in the boat. I
Back
know
in
you're a
the boat.
cop, but
Get
yeah.
back in the boat. Does the swing matter?
And-
Does the swing matter?
And I
Like,
think he got it the worst than anybody because he had 3 motherfucking gators take him down.
yeah,
Like,
he's the one that got
he
leg
got
and head
arm,
and all that.
arm, head.
Oh,
Like,
that's right. That wasn't the
they
looter. It
all-
was the cop.
Yeah,
my
the cop.
bad. It
Literally,
wasn't the
they
looter.
all just jumped on him.
That was like I said, that was another great shot, and that's where you can tell Alvarez's. It was Alvarez, like with the kill and the gore. That's where he's kind of like bringing it into because we all know how gory 2013 Evil Dead was.
exactly.
Like, I mean, come on now.
And that's what I'm saying is his direction made this not your basic creature feature kind of thing.
Exactly.
It made
yeah.
it actually like this like engaging movie that every moment, and again, like most movies, you know, you get your cheap jump scares.
Mhm.
But this one, you legitimately, like the way he cuts the score down and the way he angles the camera with her like looking around, like it fucks with you so much. Because again, especially when you're in the water, once they're in the water element, it's even fucking worse.
Yeah, there's a couple jump scenes, and the reason it's a jump scene is because of misdirection. Like I said, that one with the dog. You think the alligator's coming down the hallway behind the dog the way it's shot, and then all of a sudden when he grabs the dog,
Yep.
gator's behind you,
Yep.
the other side of it, and like that's just great misdirection. But it's done in a scene where it's so tense, and it's like you as the viewer just don't even think about the other side
Yeah.
because they focus on that one
And
space.
the plot is so simple. Dad, you know, daughter's in college, get a call from her older sister. Dad's, you know, not answering his phone.
Hurricane,
The hurricane's
yeah.
redirected, is now hitting right where they are. So she's like, you know, I'll go check on Dad. Goes to the townhouse. He's not there. Then, okay, well,
Maybe
I guess I'll
he's
go
at
back
the
to
house 'cause the mom
family
and dad
house
recently
that,
divorced,
that
yeah.
they just were supposed to sell,
Mhm.
and sees Dad's truck. And then Dad's not in the house, realizes he's down there. And
But what like made her? I can't remember what made her go to the basement. I mean, his truck's there, but
his truck's there, and she sees that he's working on stuff, and his phone's there, and then she sees that the garage door's halfway open
That's
and
what
the
it is.
doors are
It's
open.
the garage door.
She goes
yeah.
down and she's
Yeah.
crawling through all that shit. And it's so funny how generically you're just like, oh, it's fucking gross. And there's fucking like rats and
She's
shit
just a big
down
pile of alligator shit
Yeah.
down there
Yeah.
that she watched the way like that wasn't like a sign like unless a human took a shit down there, who else made that giant piece?
Well,
That was a big pile of
you
shit.
have those cages, right?
Yeah.
And
I don't know what that's for.
yeah, I'm not sure either. It looked like there was dead, like, I don't know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, maybe they were catching like some sort of rodents that lived down like big boys.
rodents, yeah.
Yeah.
Which it might be why the alligator showed up, because you're like, hey,
food.
we call you food, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where she
hey,
discovers.
everyone left and we haven't gotten fed, so
Yeah.
you'll do. Like
I just remember it's so, like, when she's crawling through and you're like, oh, fucking mud and oh, fucking, like, shit. And, like, but there's still a hurricane coming in. And that's your biggest problems. And then she discovers that. And then she's like, oh, what? She doesn't even know what the fuck happened. She drags her dad. All right, let's get you upstairs. What the fuck happened? And man, she is like, what, a couple feet from the steps? And that's when the fucking
way the gator breaks the first shot. Well, okay, there's a shot when she's crawling towards her dad of where you see behind her and it's blurred
movement.
out and you just see the tail.
Yep.
Oh, that was so good. Like I'm like, oh, I'm like this, I hadn't watched it since it came out. I saw it in theaters in 2019 and I had not watched it since, just not because, you know, of whatever, it's just hadn't watched it. So rewatching it, I was like things I didn't remember. I'm like, oh, like I remember the premise.
Yeah.
Like I remembered like there was something about getting to the roof. Like I knew there was beats of the movie, but like there's so much shit I forgot. And that was a great scene. But when it busts out from underneath the stairwell, it's like I don't know, it's completely silent, and then there's just this roar.
I mean, she's
it's
almost
like,
there. Like,
yeah.
like it's just like, oh shit. And then she rises. And again, before I saw this movie, I thought it's pretty much like her versus one alligator in this basement.
Oh no, they found two.
And
They found two.
he sets you up though, because as she's going, you see the fucking gator farm sign right before she's going home, you know, back to the house. And man, she's trying to elude this one gator. Whoops. Because there's the other one. God damn it.
Yeah. Oh, but that whole thing where she's got to use the cages because they're both at her like she can't get away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh.
But she's like, she's watching that one. And man, you see that other one just can pop up and just, again, using like, you know, it hiding in the dark and just popping out of nowhere. Fucking great.
Mind you, the whole premise of this, like I said, this film is it's extremely claustrophobic because they're in the crawl space of a house. Like that's slowly filling up with water.
Yeah.
Like,
and only certain areas, the gators, because of the piping and the small spacing, is why they're safe.
3/4 of the movie is in that crawl space.
Yeah.
You've got the little bit at the beginning, and you got the little bit when they break out and go into the house. But like, if you look at the minutes of the film, like 3/4 of the time is running time is in the basement, and you don't get bored.
And I love how there's these different goals, and just coincidence fuck these goals up. First goal is, she runs her phone sitting right there. She's like, all right, I'm going to try to get it.
She has to go this long-ass way around.
And that's when she discovers the second gator.
Yeah.
And not only that, but the gator fucking stomps on her fucking phone.
Yep.
So that goal, out the fucking window.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Bye-bye. Yeah, and but I mean, and there's a scene, like, so they have this one place that they can hide where a human, slim humans could fit under, but obviously the gator... These are big boys.
These are big boys, man.
They can't get under there, so they have a safe place that they can go. But so they keep leaving from like that home base, and then as the water fills up, it's like the other thing you think about is the water fills up. Imagine trying to keep your direction.
Yeah,
because like now you don't have. You might have had a landmark on the ground, right? But like or the walls.
And we see the flooding that's happening, because the next thing is we see that there's people at the store that's within view of the house, and she's like, oh shit, and so she's using her flashlight. But we find out they're fucking looters with the boat, right?
So,
and they're literally grabbing the ATM.
Yeah, dude. What kind of dumbass?
I was waiting for them to break the fucking boat. I was surprised, like, damn, that ATM I figured would, like, as soon as they were going to put it in.
That was like plastic. That's not an ATM.
Yeah.
Two people aren't not in water. They're not doing that. But we already mentioned the guy getting killed inside. Another cool shot was their view from her view from the crawl space when the other two were like trying to get in the boat and the gator just...
Oh yeah, because you see the chick that's in the boat, and you see the guy gets distracted. He sees the flashlight, so he's walking over, and that's where we realize, as bad as it was in the basement, once these gators are in the fucking water, now it's much fucking worse. Because now they're in their element. Dude. They're fucking hidden until they want to be seen,
and they hunt in water,
Yeah.
more so on land. So like they are in
That's
their
where
element,
you
dude.
get the first chick who literally in the background amazing because you see her get taken and pulled and she's swarming but the camera's on the guy looking at the fucking flashlight and she's just getting
you can't hear anything
because
it's raining his ass off.
It's loud as shit.
Yeah. Oh man.
He gets taken down, and then the guy that's in the store, that's what we were talking about earlier, is that literally he's like, "Hey, where'd y'all go?" And then he just looks at the fucking anti-theft mirror and sees the fucking and too late, sees the tail, and he's gone. Done.
Yeah, dude, it
Done.
was great. Yeah, and so then there's a couple like she tries to do this, do that. Like when the water's about 3/4 up the wall, there's a really cool scene where she's trying to get out. She's trying to make it to the stairs, remember? Because the dude that was the cop already came over, got chomped, pulled down. One of the gators took over with him.
By the way, probably the top, in my opinion, fucking jump.
Because the way that fucker came out, dude.
Yeah, we get she's friends with one of the cops, dated her sister. They show up in a boat, rescue boat, check to see if anybody needs rescuing. That's where we the rudder, and then he comes there, and they're having this whole conversation. And what's great is the camera goes to the other officer outside, which we know is going to get fucked up in a few minutes, but it keeps going to him. And then it cuts back to the cop at the stairwell. And we're so concerned about what's going to happen to the one that's outside in the water, we don't even think about chop.
Yeah.
And
well, he's just standing there yelling.
He's
like,
in mid-conversation.
You can hear him.
Yep.
Like, it's fucking, yeah. But she's trying to get there to pull herself up. And she's got the dad's getting the one gator straight. But
Dad fucked up that one gator, though, man, with the shovel.
With the shovel,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, wait. There's something big that happened before that. Dad had to reset
No,
his
I
bone.
don't think we need to talk about that one.
Dad, well, during one of her missions, this was before the water. The water was starting to creep up, but it wasn't the top. He had to reset his bone.
Yeah, we learned.
What did he use?
We learned that the dad's bone is broken, and they show us that multiple fucking times. And then he's like, "Well, I gotta do something about this." So, is it a fucking?
It's an adjustable wrench.
Yeah,
big one. And he
puts
uses that,
and then tightens
and just cranks it.
Oh, god damn it!
They just make a very good point to
and you
show
hear crunch,
you.
crunch, the reset.
You just see the tip of the broken bone slowly slide back into place.
I know the scene's only a minute, but for me, it was 5 hours.
Dude, that isn't my thing, but that shit is cringy, dude.
Oh.
Like, and the thing is,
if it's affecting you,
yeah,
it's fucking destroyed me.
Yeah,
all right,
dude, because I'm watching it's the fact that you see the end of the bone, like you see it slide back into place, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yes, yes, we know, we know.
Again, with that amount of pain, how do you not pass out? I'm sorry, dude. It was so slow, and the whole thing was agony. There's no way. Like it wasn't a quick pop.
I think it's just like adrenaline, like just the motivation to survive. I mean, I'd pass the fuck out, dude. I'd be gator meat.
I mean, Jesus. But yeah, that's really the big thing that happened. But so while she's trying to get to the stairs, Dad's got one of the other gators. He's banging on shit, getting one of the gators' attention. So at least that way she's only got to watch out for one, right? And he knocks the lift out from the fucking because he had that jack under the house to help. Because you can add house jacks to support, or lift the house up a little bit, and he knocked that shit out just in time, and the fucking beam dropped right on the gator.
Her reasoning, Jesus Christ, man, she's like, I can't make it to the stairs, but they realize how the gators are getting in is through the
drain,
the drain
from the alligator. What
Jesus,
the fuck?
That close to the fucking house.
I told you it's in her backyard.
Yeah, but her solution is, I can't make it to the steps. I know I'm going to go there. I'm going to go through the drain, the pipe that brought the alligators. But I will say this. I love how he did this because there is one thing. Alligators can be aggressive, but most of the time
they're docile.
It's crocodiles who'll say, "Don't you get near me, I'm fucking you up." But they answer that because what does she discover before she gets to the pipe?
Oh, eggs.
Fucking eggs. Explains everything. Right there. They'll protect the shit out of those eggs. They'll fuck you up.
I didn't know that they were like communal as far as that. It was, it looked like one nest.
They can be.
I didn't know. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
But
at least they put that in there because.
Oh, dude, that scene when she gets the gun and the alligator jumps up and she puts the gun and the alligator bites her arm and she's just shooting the motherfucker.
She's shooting over and over
again. You see the bullets flying out of the fucking back of. It was awesome. That was fucking prime, dude. Like.
It's just every time they might have she made it to that part. She finds a gun. You're like, fuck yeah, and immediately. Chomp on the hand.
At least she didn't take her hand with her, though.
Right, exactly.
She kept shooting that motherfucker. She pumped like 9 bullets in that dude, man.
Well, the thing's fucking huge.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Then she crawls to the pipe. Holy shit.
Oh, they do it. All right, remember, this scene, because you see, at the end, you see when that gator climbs out, There's like barely any water, but you see as you get closer to the other end of the drain, the water level rises, and they make a point to show you how it just the line disappears and it's just all water.
Yeah.
There's a really cool choices
Yeah.
of showing you how. Oh shit. Oh okay. I'm all water. Gator
God damn,
friendly.
she's swimming through that pipe, and we had just seen a gator come into that house
through that pipe.
Fuck you. And then as she's about to get out the end of the pipe, there's a fucking gator swimming around. That's what I'm talking about. Her holding her fucking breath like that long. It's like, God damn.
There are so many amazingly tense scenes.
This entire movie is fucking tense as shit.
It is. And like, I would say the most tense part and the most claustrophobic part is when they're in the crawl space. When they get in the house, it's still tense, but and like I said, it's claustrophobic because the water level is rising so much that now it's like almost to the second floor.
When she fucking gets back in the house and now she's got to save Dad, and the water level, he's literally like, his head is up against the
his mouth's against the floor. Yeah.
And he's like getting breaths, and you see him fucking drown.
Yeah.
And luckily she's able to ply the floor out and get him, but he fucking drowned. Like, she had to bring him back.
Yeah, and then they try to leave, and they're like, they have all these ideas. Like, wait, splashing is how they fucking hunt. Okay, rain, we just be really quiet, no splashing, we're good. Rain stops. They're trying to get to the boat that the looters left. And
because he brings up, we got to get to a boat because those levees are going to fucking break.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to fucking break.
Led Zeppelin. But then they're on the way to the boat. The rain's all there to help camouflage, and then the eye of the storm. And then it's dead silence.
Such a every part of this movie is such a fuck you. Where it's like,
what a fuck you.
While it's raining, we can go really slow. They want to know, God damn, the eye of the storm, right as they're not starting, but right in the middle of getting to that fucking boat.
Yeah. And then
he's like, you're going to have to fucking swim. You got to fucking swim.
You're faster than them. Go. What are we? I'm Apex. All right. There's some lame shit. I'm an Apex Predator all day. Get the fuck out of here. But no, she gets to the boat.
Fucking beats out 3 fucking gators. And I'm talking about literally jumps in the boat, chomp.
There's a couple scenes like that.
So fucking close.
Gets to the boat. Gets the boat to fucking Dad. Get him in the boat.
There we go.
Levee breaks.
Hold on.
Fucking.
But at that point, they're both on the boat. We fucking did it. We did it.
Nope.
And then you hear which I'm pretty sure it's the same sound, and he uses an Evil Dead, right? It almost sounds like that because he uses that siren sound. And I was just thinking, this dude loves using sirens in his movies.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But no, then
you hear
you see all this water coming towards him, dude. Oh.
And God damn it, if the boat doesn't fucking get pushed back into the fucking house, now they're at least not in the basement, but they're back in the fucking house.
Yeah. And there's a couple scenes, basically there's a couple tense scenes of her just like not knowing where the gators are now and standing on furniture. And like before Dad loses his arm.
Yeah.
That scene of her being chased by an alligator. No, it's after he loses his arm. She's trying to get to him. Then the alligator chases her into the fucking bathroom. Bathroom scene?
Yeah.
Dude, we're like, so she gets herself in the shower, and the alligator's in the bathroom, and the alligator's slamming. He's got room enough, turn around, keep slamming the door. And then she's like, wait a minute, he can't get out of here. So she like opens the door, calls him. He fucking charges. She steps on the faucet, steps on the soap dish, hops over the fucking shower stall door, and literally just missed losing her foot.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, dude, the gator was right there. Gets on the other side, slams the door closed. Now you have a pissed off gator in the shower.
Yeah.
That scene was so intense.
And I was just like.
So intense.
I was like, what the, like, literally when she's trapped in that shower, what the fuck is she going to do?
That's what she
I'm
did.
glad she figured out that shit out.
But,
dude. I was waiting for the gator to break the glass.
Yeah. Well, I think she realized that because he kept charging it.
Yeah.
And they're big boys. So, but like that, I mean, I remember just her foot coming over the door and the gator was just right there. Like she almost lost her leg like 5 times in this movie.
Yeah.
And then
she finally makes it to Dad. Dad's lost his arm, but they are there. They're at the fucking attic.
Oh, they get up to the top of the attic and they hear the cop chopper, and she's like trying to get to a window before they get up there. Hey, be over us. And the water is now outside up to the second floor.
The second floor
so
window.
What happens? Fuck, man. You get a alligator that literally comes flying through the fucking window.
There's no breaks in this movie. When they're like, we did it. We're at the fucking top of the house.
The best part,
go fuck yourself.
The best part of that scene was her face. Yeah. When she realized that there was an alligator charging towards her. Because like I said, the water level was almost to the top of that window on the second floor.
Yeah.
So you just see this gator booking it. Because it's like, red light.
And now we see, I mean, the water's so deep, gator's going to do the way gators like to kill you.
Oh, the spinny spins.
The spins,
yeah. Spins, like
that's the first time. Because, I was
We
thinking about
haven't
earlier.
gotten that all the movie, yeah.
Well, because the water levels were not that deep.
Yeah.
And here, obviously, the water levels are deep as shit.
You're right.
that-
They're so wide that they didn't have enough time to spin around. So he like has her whole fucking. And I'm waiting for that shit to break.
it's spinning around just the way it kills. But luckily, there's that fucking flare. And I was just thinking, like, I don't know if she's gonna be able to fucking. I think she's dead.
After like the 6th flip, she grabbed it, burnt the fuck out of the gator, got out of the goddamn room. Well, no, she got out the window. And then the gator's chomping on the gutter, and then some limb or something grabs the gator and just pushes the fucker away.
Yeah,
like
because
she
at that point the current is so strong.
I mean, it's part of the ocean at that point.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like that, dude. It was like Katrina level of like flooding.
Yeah,
where like all you had was the roof of the house. So then, okay, now they got the roof and there's the helicopter. It ends I think it ends right.
Dude,
just like
this
bam.
movie set me up. And I didn't check the running time on it. So in the helicopter, I was like, are they going to even fuck? Are they? Every time you think they've done it, they've made it there. It's just fun. And so I kept waiting for the helicopter to go there, and then a fucking gator like jump and like kill the helicopter guy. I didn't know what was going to happen because I didn't trust this movie after a while. Because every time it seemed like they were finally safe, they were never fucking safe.
Fuck you. All right, folks. Before we give you our final thoughts, take a listen to what's going on the GUI network.
In a world with too many reboots and remakes,
two men will stop at nothing to make it even worse.
Join Mike the Hobbit and Tondi as they play by their own rules while pitching new takes on some of your favorite and least favorite films and TV shows. What podcast would dare to bring this upon the world?
This is Smack My Pitch Up.
My name is Amy Bogard.
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
And we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as, what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm FU Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're going to fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
embrace the madness.
In a world of blockbuster movies, there's another dimension.
The dimension of schlock cinema. Join us at Beautiful Disasters on a journey into the fringe territory of B-movie abandon.
We review the flicks that are forgotten or underappreciated to give them a proper place in the annals of celluloid history.
I'm the Groots.
FU Hunter.
Your guides at Beautiful Disasters. Come along with us for a fun ride. May
the schlock be with you.
All right. Now, you can hear every one of those shows through GUIPodcast.com or anywhere else you get your podcast. But if you go through GUIPodcast.com, also go to our links tab. That's where you'll find a link to our TeePublic page where you can buy tons of merch through all the GUI shows, tons of fun tangential designs, episode-related designs. I mean, like I said, every show's got something up there. We got like 50-some designs. Spooky designs are going to come up soon.
Dude, I was going to say, spooky season's coming up.
I would say the next couple of weeks, hopefully. Like, usually we put them up in mid-August.
If it's ball sweat weather, that means it's a countdown
we didn't talk
to
about the ball
season.
meter and this fucking shit.
But I'm saying, that's the one thing, was when it gets to ball sweat weather, we know spooky season's right around the corner.
Spooky season's right around the corner. Yep. That's right.
You got to earn it. You got to earn spooky season with all that ball sweat.
Yeah. So definitely pick up some GI merch. We'd love to see you guys rocking it. Tag the shows in it. Fuck yeah. Now, I mean, if you guys couldn't tell, like, I'm gonna say it passed for me. Like, it survived the chopping block.
Dude, I want to share this movie with as many people as possible.
Yes, it's
funny because like lately I've watched Jaws like a few times. Charlotte's really gotten into Jaws, so it's just been.
If it wasn't for Jaws, we wouldn't have a monster movie like this.
And that's what I'm saying is
like
is
a creature film. Excuse me.
Is that like Jaws is Jaws because not only like it hit the right time, but a Spielberg's direction is using different things besides going, look at this giant ass shark. And I felt like this movie did the same thing. It uses tone. It does have, you've seen the gators, but half of this movie is just the intensity of where the fuck are the gators?
Yeah.
And that's
the thing.
And that's the thing.
And the same thing with Jaws. Like, where the fuck is this shark?
Yeah.
You know, and it's just way more isolated, right? Like I said, but we clearly, if it wasn't for Jaws and what that did to evolve the creature movie and the creature feature, we wouldn't have had the evolution that came to crawl.
I've only seen it one time. It's going to be in my collection. It's one of my go-to suggestions for creature features.
Yeah.
It's so well done.
Yeah, and I will say that one of the things I really loved about this film is I already mentioned in the episode, it wouldn't have worked if there wasn't a professional swimmer.
Yeah.
Right? But two, every time she had to, it speaks to her endurance because every time she had to go out on her little ventures, right, it was more and more intense. Like if you paid attention, every time she went out to do something, to swim out, to try to find something, it got harder and harder and longer and harder and hard. I mean, like it was setting you up because like if she did something as hard as she did at the end, right at the beginning, be like, that's bullshit. It's believable because like everything elevated in that movie as the movie went along. Everything elevated.
Like I feel it's crazy that it took me this long to see it, and I think the problem is I've gotten so burnt out on some of these creature features that it kind of pushed me from not seeing this. And goddamn, I'm pissed off because I should have seen this when it first came out.
I've been watching it for like 4 years.
Yeah, I know. I fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I fucking love this movie.
So there you go. It survived for both of us. It's a great film. Check it out. Hunter's going to put it in his collection.
Yeah.
So I already own a digital copy, but I will buy there was a sale on one of the streaming sites where it was like $4. But I'll probably I do want to have a physical copy of it. So, yep, that's it. Check it out. And until we talk to you again, embrace the madness.
Join us at GUIPodcast.com.